Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Away Day Show. We're all here. It's been, what,
Finally.
2 and a bit months maybe?
Is that how long it's been?
It felt like that. It felt like a lot of it. Nah, I feel like I was counting them back.
It's been a while. I think it's been
Been a
4
long
weeks since
time.
I've been
We would have
here.
done one in January.
But you haven't been here for 4 weeks. He hadn't been here for like 2
Nah,
or
I
3
think
weeks.
weeks.
we're definitely on the couch in January, I reckon.
Nah, we might have got one.
Maybe
January.
one in there, but it feels like we've been not together for a
I know.
while.
Look, it's been pretty poor. Hopefully we can
Oh, we're
string a few
back.
games together now.
Yeah, back in the season, we'll come in clutch, you know.
Maybe I should stay away though. Since I've been gone, I think our goals versus
would have
scored versus conceded is
Okay.
probably like 15-1.
Plus 20 goals.
Literally, I think it's 15
plus
to 1.
20 fling
When
goal
have you even
difference.
conceded? You
We
scored 12 to
conceded
0.
to Newcastle on the weekend. One goal.
One goal.
Okay, yeah.
Mid goals.
But yeah, no, finally in an Arsenal shirt because I've been getting slammed
Yeah,
about that.
no more white kits.
So look, here we are. You know, we're cooking,
Locked in.
repping the team, back on the couch. It's a good time to
Casuals
be
are back
alive,
all
mate.
together.
Yeah.
Let's kick off what we learned from the weekend. Mine's a bit of an extrapolation based half on my team, based half on what I saw last night. We talked a lot about how every team's sort of gone through injuries. But I think my thing I learned from the weekend, doesn't matter what injuries you've got, good teams will find a way to win. Like Man City have gone through their patch, they're still coming out fine. Liverpool just beat a team with 5 academy players on the pitch last night. And here as United fans, we're complaining about a few injuries, like 2 or 3 injuries. I know they're big players, but I think if you want to be a big club with big club mentality, Newcastle United have failed at that this season.
Mm-hmm.
The big clubs are coming through. You guys had some periods, some big players out. You're still missing Timber through the whole year. The lot. And
Jesus just come back.
City as well. City have had
people
big
sleep on our
players
injuries
missing
now.
KDB.
Yeah.
You know, Haaland, arguably the 2 best players in the league. Liverpool had 5 academy guys run out last night and still beat a £1 billion team. So I think
But like a very controversial game. With like
Liverpool should
VAR.
have won it. I think it was about 2 or 3 goals to nil in the end. The way they were ruled offside call was not sure about that. But yeah, that's where I sort of picked up because as a United fan, it was quite frustrating. But at the same time, when you watch you guys and City and Liverpool do what they do without their players, that's the levels to it. That's where Newcastle United to get to. Anything else you guys picked up?
Arsenal have confirmed to me that they're favourites.
No, look. As much as I'm sitting here, you know, and like I believe in my heart that we're going to win the league, how can we be favourites when we're third? You know, there's
Don't
no
think it
games in
matters.
hand. What do you mean? We're like,
I think
How can we be
your
favourites?
form at the current
But
moment
that-
in
but like-
time is a lot better than City's.
we have to go to City away. Like,
I don't think it matters. I haven't seen you guys play this good in the last.
I don't know. I agree. I think
to be
we're
honest,
in
Yeah,
my
they're
whole
playing the best
in my
ever.
whole life. Like,
They're the
we're
most
going back to
informed
last
team.
year when you scored what 40. I think you had 48 points at Christmas or something like that. Something
yeah,
ridiculous.
50 or something,
And 50 or something ridiculous like that. And you guys didn't play of this nature at the start of last season. No,
I'm not convinced by that.
I think it's
I
the
don't
goal
think.
scoring's the
I don't
difference.
think. Yeah, I don't think we're putting
You
as
should
many
put-
goals
you
away
should
as
be-
we were.
You're putting away 4 at the
Now.
moment, and you should be putting 6 and 7 away.
Yeah, no, Newcastle could absolutely bat.
They
Like
were
we could have batted 6 or 7. But at the same time, midweek we lose to Porto away like 1-0. Like as in, you know, okay,
You'll get them though.
No, I 100% think we'll slap them up at home. We'll teach them a lesson. But we're good. But I still think we're scoring a lot of our first goals via set pieces. And don't get me wrong, that's a real asset, right?
Important. Yeah.
But like, all I'm suggesting is that, you know, we haven't initially been able to break teams down with open play goals.
Yeah.
And I was scared on this weekend because I was like, oh, Newcastle, like, you know,
tough.
despite them having a bad
Yeah.
defense
Yeah.
this season, they've still got Botman, Shah,
Yeah.
Trippier.
The names
You know,
are
they've
names, right?
got tall players. They've got some big boys in there.
Yeah.
Right. I thought set pieces, we're not going to be able to break them down that way. Turns out, 15 minutes in, Gabriel knocks one.
Knocked it in.
Then Karius, oh my God, poor Karius. You see that? Kept it out.
It was a
and
good
then
save.
his
It was
own
a good
team
save.
put it in.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even his fault. It was his teammate put it in.
How many goals
Yeah.
does Gabriel have now this year?
Well, it wasn't actually his goal, but he's got like 6.
Yeah, he got the FPL
I know,
assist though. So.
yeah. It's very stiff not to be his goal.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I learned, yeah, I guess
You
Just
follow
it-
on.
yeah, I guess it just kind of cemented to me that like, or it feels like the title race now is you know is well and truly alive. It feels like all the teams are sort of clicking together. Like, you know, the City one's a prime example.
Yeah.
Like 1-0, so they have to scrape a result there. Even Liverpool being down to Luton until like the 50th minute. I think. It was half time. They 1-0
and
down.
and they
Like,
smashed him second half.
exactly. Put them away 4-4. You know, put them to the sword, mate. So, look, I mean, I'm really excited for the back end of this year. I've never seen a title race this good since I've been
Not
on
3
football.
horse races.
Do you think
like,
Liverpool can
never.
sustain what they're currently doing with the injury crisis they have?
I mean,
I think
what's
they
to
can.
suggest they can't? Like, I know 100% hear what you're saying. Like, and the injuries
Oh no,
is
I'm not.
really mounting
I'm
up
not
bad.
saying that they won't. I'm just asking you what your thoughts are.
No, but as in like,
Yeah.
100%.
It's a valid question.
That was my query at the start of the year. I think I said this the whole time. So, good starting 11.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure they had anywhere near enough defensive depth to get them to a league title, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we literally are in that stretch now. 12 games, still a lot of games.
10 games, basically.
We're getting players back. We're going to have a full squad in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Party's back, Timber's back, everyone's back. It's a great time to be, an Arsenal fan. City sort of like, they're sort of finally coming together now. Yeah. Players are coming back. Can they gel? We'll see, because they haven't really gelled yet since they've been back. But this is always when they're kicking the gear, so it wouldn't shock anyone.
We're in that sprint now.
Gundogan's not there though.
But they're actually
They're
in March now, so they didn't even need Gundo.
Yeah.
Gundo's Jan Feb, mate. But Liverpool's an interesting one, eh? Like, are they going to be able to?
I think
this is where coaches have a big part.
I think they definitely
and that
can.
Klopp factor.
I just look at yesterday's game.
That's a real thing.
I just look at yesterday's game, and don't get me wrong, they should have won 2-0 because that was a crap call in the end.
Yeah, well, Sterling had one.
You look at some of Chelsea's misses, like Sterling scored just offside with Jackson. Palmer should have put one away in the first 10 minutes. Like, I'd say that's a pretty stock standard. Kelleher was pulling off some unreal saves from Gallagher. There was a lot of chances. Chelsea had a lot of chances, and I know that's a big characteristic of Chelsea this year.
Yeah. But better teams score those.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
More getting at. So I don't know.
I think the defense things. I think for Liverpool it's the forward factor because they're going to be run out in their feet. If you got no Nunes and Nunes and Salah for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Jota's obviously out as well, but then you've got a lot on Gakpo and Diaz, and Diaz looked out in his feet like last night. He played a full 90 versus Luton because they had to play the full 90. Played a 420 last night. That's been the factor for me. Where's the it's Harvey Elliott?
That's been the only reason you've been so bullish.
That's why I've been picking them. Yeah,
they've
got depth up front.
So if they can't score goals, then there's
a lot relying on Diaz to do it all because you got Elliott, Diaz, and
how long Salah out for? I thought it was like 2 weeks.
But 2 weeks is 2 to 3 games. They have
I get it for sure. But
I think defensive. I have faith in when you have Konate and Van Dijk, arguably 2 of the best centre backs going around. I think you're fine. And Conor Bradley's playing like a Trent in disguise basically right now. So I'm fine that end of the pitch. Midfield is fine. McAllister and Endo can win in a Premier League on their own. It's up front at the moment. I'm worried for them.
Yeah.
Not about McAllister.
McAllister, I'm on McAllister all I'm McAllister all. I'm backing McAllister all the way in. When they win the title, McAllister lifts it. I'll say
McAllister, Endo.
I think the next month will shape it because they're getting a few players back over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
It's that City game.
So,
can they survive?
Can they survive it?
Yeah. Because it literally is. Like, who's going to drop points first?
Yeah.
The thing that, like, if I was in this position on commenting on Liverpool, I'd go they have no chance, but they just continually are defying odds this year. Like, they don't look that convincing, but they haven't.
You're going to look convincing.
Not really. Not like Arsenal, and then City don't look convincing either, but City are just City. And Liverpool don't look that convincing, but the fact of the matter is, they haven't. I wouldn't say they've looked that convincing the whole year, but they've just continually put points up. So, are they?
No, I see.
Is there 2/3 of the way there?
Isn't that not convincing though? When you don't think they can do it, but they continue to do it, isn't that convincing to you? Doesn't that convince you?
No. I feel like this is the query with Arsenal last year. It was like no one was really convinced, even though we had the best first half of a season, like borderline ever, and like we were sort of gelling. There was still doubts there because it was underlying, as in like, were people's fears with them ever going to come into fruition? And it's the same thing with Liverpool. No one will believe it until
it's not just that.
But you saw though, you lost Saliba and it all fell apart. They've lost Salah. They're probably their most important player.
But that's sort of a similar thing. Like,
it's not changed much. Though. We've seen them put 4 past Leeds. We've seen them put 4 past Brentford. They beat Chelsea.
But they did only get 1 last night in extra time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying
that's a cursed fixture. By the way, I take performances, not the result out of that game. Like that fixture was meant to be a 3-4-3.
I feel like that's kind of changing the narrative there. You take performances, not the result in that game. I understand what you're saying, but in terms of Liverpool, it's always been this year. It's all about the result. In my opinion, as in like performance good, but as in they can't put the ball in the net, which is their sort of like their niche. It's like we're going to be super attacking, we're going to have great output, we're going to create chances. If they can't put the ball in the net, but they're creating chances, then it all kind of means nothing because that's their edge. Is that
like Premier League though? 4 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, 1 goal, 4 goals, 4 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals.
Yeah, I'm just going to say
cup final difference. So like Last year we were in the same
Yeah.
position in the cup final. Newcastle could have won that 2-0. We won it 2-0. It's a like that's what I'm saying. In a cup final where this fixture I think is cursed for goals.
Definitely. Yeah.
I can take the performances out of it, especially considering who was playing.
Yeah.
If you look at the Premier League though, like the goals, and that's why right now you're.
But are we saying though that the
Form
fact that
based.
we're not sure about it because of the injuries?
Are you completely convinced? I'm not saying by Liverpool with the current injuries they have.
Well, it's okay. Look, it's in their
I
hands.
would say they definitely have the ability. Like,
but I've been Liverpool corner all
If you
season,
were to
mate.
go back
I've been here
4
all year.
months and you told me these injuries, I would have written them off straight away.
yeah,
so
same.
the fact that I'm not writing them off right now,
Yeah, I
I'd
agree.
say is
It's a positive.
Is a positive.
It's the same thing at the start of the season.
But
When
you
I
still
said
got
they'll
to
score
be clear.
4
It's
plus
like
every team.
City. If City still had KDB and Haaland out, or just KDB out, I would have a question mark on them.
And absolutely, I'm saying that, but like, and that's a positive that you still have some sort of belief in them. But isn't this the same point when the same like 4 or 5 months ago when I said they'll put 4 past most teams and they'll try and win the game, win the league that way? Have they not gone and done that? And now they've got the injury, and I'm saying they can still
Yeah, but
deal with
now
that.
they've got the injury.
Whatever, we haven't.
I don't know if we
really
have
seen them
with
deal
the
with it yet.
injuries.
I don't think we've seen them deal with it.
Last night was the first game of proper. Like
They
they've
missed
had
Salah for
injuries.
4 weeks. For
Yeah,
the
but when they missed
AFCON,
Salah, they had Darwin, Jota, Gakpo, Nunes.
Yeah, and Jota was a
one
big
was
one.
still on the bench. Like they
but
still had a
is it-
starting Premier League player on the bench.
He's starting Premier League player, and it's fine. But you're losing arguably the best player of the
yeah.
season. You know what I mean? Like it's that. So it's at the levels. I'll keep touching back. Like Saliba was probably the best player going around in that start.
How
of the
many
season for you
points
guys.
did they drop when Salah was out? Like, as in,
To
did
you
they
guys?
drop points? Like,
Yeah, to you guys.
And that was about it. I
they
think.
lost to us, and then.
And they beat everyone else. Yeah. They drew to you.
But it
and they
wasn't
beat
exactly
you.
a tough fixture run. Like
Newcastle.
Chelsea at home, I don't know
Chelsea,
if Salah was there, but then they, you know,
I think it was.
they beat Burnley. You know,
He came back for
like,
Brentford. So
they beat Brentford. Like,
That's.
they beat Luton. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see that because I'm sure they have tougher fixtures here and there.
They've got to come to Old Trafford still.
And they got to go.
And I'm not saying
and they have to
Old
verse
Trafford
City.
is like that
Not
hard.
much of a
at the moment.
fortress.
Yeah, but it's still you're coming to Old Trafford.
No, it's still a big fixture.
Yeah.
Right. And especially, you know, it's always one of those fixtures United, you hope, turn up for. Like, as in,
you would hope.
yeah, well,
We
you
pulled a
hope.
draw when you
Big-
didn't expect it at Anfield.
That's what I'm saying. It's in like,
Yeah.
you know, North London derby, you know,
Tottenham
you
always
guys,
turn up for it.
like,
Yeah.
form sort of goes out the window.
Yeah, absolutely.
You take it as it is. And yeah, there's an unpredictability that comes with Liverpool away at Old Trafford, right? They have to verse City still, you know.
That's a tough decider.
Yeah, no, look, but
Whoever wins
I
that's gonna
think the
number
way the league is currently shaped, though, definitely plays into our favour.
Yeah.
And City's favour as well. You know, you have that underdog element to us, and you have the chasing element to City, because whereas Liverpool, it's on them to keep that lead. And whereas when it feels like we're the ones with all the momentum, if they were to drop points, it feels like the gap is just going to get bigger and bigger. It doesn't feel like they're necessarily going to claw their way back, because in my opinion at least, it feels like they're going to be hanging on. Can they get to the last day with that 2 point gap?
Interesting.
Whereas for us, I feel like it plays into our hands.
Yeah, but I'm
especially
gonna
as we were saying, like, you know, we've been battering teams when everyone was already writing us off. Like, to draw that gap back to 2 points, like, I feel like it plays into our hands a lot more to be in the position we are in right now.
Interesting.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Well, that leads us to Liverpool 4, Luton 1, which is the early game of the weekend. Smacked them about. I think second half was very impressive from Liverpool. Put 4 past Luton. Yeah, we talked about Liverpool a fair bit. The next game was United 1, Fulham 2. Bit of a ball fest first half. Like, no team really wanted to win it. But then second half, Nigerian brethren came through for Fulham and nicked the win for the boys.
Very disappointing game. From the momentum that United built over the start of the season. Obviously, you're expecting a bit more.
Are you finally on Rashford's back? Can you please say you are upset with that performance?
Oh, definitely, I'm upset. That was, but I don't think.
swear Rashford's
If
found
I'm going to
some
be,
form
if I'm going to be
recently,
honest, you can't just sit there and go Rashford and not point the finger at Bruno as well.
Oh my God, I saw the clip of Bruno.
When at the end of the game?
Goldbridge.
Going down.
Goldbridge or
No, I saw the clip of Bruno where he goes down, and then like,
Or minutes later, he's back up.
and then milks it so hard, and then the ball literally comes to him, starts sprinting,
And
like,
pings the shot
he's like, does he not think that plays against him when it comes to getting free kicks? Like,
Yeah, like, it hurts-
is that
it
not
hurts.
a real thing?
Yeah,
Because refs will know that, right? Like,
I just think it's very disappointing. Like you look at
just
in this
pathetic.
this
So
current team
pathetic.
at the moment with so much youth, like we had like Forsen starting and stuff. You got people like Bruno and Rashford who all these young players look towards. And don't get me wrong, I know that they might have their have their ups and downs. But people like Hoyland, people like Minu, people like Forson, those type of people look up still to a degree towards like Bruno and Rashford because of what they've done in their Premier League career.
Yeah, well, they're the senior experienced players.
And Rashford, yeah, he probably turned the corner a bit at probably January around then, December, January.
I think he did.
Dude, the corner was like a big roundabout, man. He came right back down.
But I will say something. This is the first game that I thought he played horrendous in about 2-3 months. He played horrendous. I didn't think he played horrendous in
2 to 3 months.
Oh, maybe that's a bit far, but he had 6 games, 7 games.
Count on my hands, yeah.
That's funny.
I think the problem is, and why I'm always
I'm
protective
more
of Bruno.
disappointed in Bruno. Bruno's played good in 2 months.
But Bruno will still work. And you look at all these numbers. He's still
You're
got
a
3
Premier
assists.
League
His last 6.
though.
He's still got 3. Well, if he's a Premier League player, why the hell is Rashford just throwing his hands up when he turns the ball over 24/7? The bro gives it away, and we got Garnacho at the back post, feeding the back post. Rashford on the halfway line having a mope and fixing his hair. Like, do something. And I'm sick of it. Play Forson down the middle.
If you want people that are going to run around, then you might as well get on the
Bruno
back
runs
of Fred
around and gets 3
McTominay
assists in the last
day.
6. Apparently the bad period is 3 assists in 6 games. Gee.
It's not a great period.
Yeah, but for Marcus Rashford,
0 goals in 6 games. You can pay him like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's great. Like one of them, like
And he's
Maguire-
on pens.
the fact you're picking on Bruno over Rashford though is beyond me. Rashford's been rubbish for now, 7 months, 6 months.
But I think we've given it to Rashford. I don't think anyone's given it to Bruno yet.
you know.
Well, I'm asking you. Are you
we have been bagging Rashford.
I'm not saying Rashford.
You've been in Rashford's corner all
Rashford
year.
this year.
Huh?
He's been in Rashford's corner. He's been in Rashford's
Yeah,
corner.
because every week you're bagging him. So it's like
he has to be. He has to be back.
This year,
No,
as
I
a
know, but
whole,
it's kinda-
as a whole, Rashford's been worse than Bruno this year.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay,
I thought you were
but what I'm saying is, Rashford actually found something for about 5-6 weeks. He had a bad game, but why has no one spoken about Bruno the last
People
2
did
months?
people did last week, and then someone put the stats up. He said 3 assists in those games, even though
What do
he
those
was being
stats
awful.
really mean? Like, I can give you 2 of
Well,
those
what about
assists
Rashford?
right now.
You were
Little taps that like someone's tapped
they?
in. They're not.
You
Yeah.
reckon that?
Busquets assist, mate. Busquets
No,
not Messi assist.
no, taps in. Yeah.
They're literally like bobbled across the box, and then Maguire's tapped one in, and someone else tapped one in.
Maguire scored his first goal on the weekend. It wasn't even from Bruno.
No, sorry. I think one of the someone scored. I can't remember. Just tapped it in or something. But
I just think though, you talk about output and you talk about Rashford's output all the time. As he's an output player, he's not going to do the tracking back, but he'll give you goals and assists.
Oh, we have to
Yeah,
say this. If he doesn't, if he has no output,
But Bruno,
then-
who's
then
been
Rashford
horrendous,
gives
apparently
nothing.
still has given you something. Like I know it's not great. I'm not saying he's been fabulous.
well, over the last 6
But he has
games,
everything
Rashford
else.
would have a better output.
No chance.
Rashford had like 1 goal and 2, and now he's got 5 or 6 Premier League goals.
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, you keep going. Let me start check.
Chat there for me. Anyway, though, it was just a slog. And Eriksen and McTominay coming on with some of the worst substitutions, I think.
Yeah,
they've made.
terrible. But I suppose, what do? You take Casemiro off. Who do you bring on?
Yeah, it's a good question.
So this is where the biggest problem is.
Eriksen
So
coming on was a mistake, though, I think.
I think that you bring back the Klopp thing, and you're like, oh, Liverpool got injuries, so they've got all these younger players coming in, and they perform still to the game plan. And you're saying that Ten Hag doesn't have a game plan, that when the younger players come in or when these other people come in. But
it's not a game plan, though. I think he has to have the balls to play the young guys. Why did Ahmad take so long to come on? Why are you dragging off Forson?
He started
for Eriksen?
Forson.
But why are you dragging Forson off for Eriksen? And then we go to this diamond shape that has never worked.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but all I'll say is...
I'm not questioning Ten Hag's tactics, it's the players he picks.
Everyone's been... Well, Ten Hag said, I've said, many people said, wait till we get the players, then judge us of how we play when we get our players back.
I tend to said that all year with Party and like I'm saying.
But it's a bit different. We're talking about, like, we had players who from last year purely got us third. So people like Martinez, Casemiro, and Luke Shaw last year, who are 3 players who have, I think the most one of them have played is about 6 games. Luke Shaw would maybe Cass.
Maybe Casemiro probably
Maybe
6,
Cass.
yeah.
Okay. Go look at when we play them all together, how our win percentage is like 85%.
Not
Who have been your best 2 players this year?
That lot.
I think Dallo and Manu or maybe
Okay,
even
where's
Maguire.
Hoyland in that?
Probably
He'll
third.
be close. He'll be close. But he doesn't get the
So
supply
my
he needs.
counteract to that would be,
He didn't get the supply he needs.
talk about last year, right? And all these players you miss. Last year you didn't have probably
had no
2 of your
striker.
top 3 players,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
From this year,
Yeah.
Manu and or an informal Maguire.
But I've got to
or Hoyland. So it's like you can easily frame it the way you want.
the thing, yeah.
This year we had none of them, and then every year we had no one there.
That's
we
the
had no
problem.
one there. It's like You had your best probably 3 players this year, arguably.
But why when they're
Maguire,
back then?
Hoyland, and
Why
Manu.
when I'll tell you a difference.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No,
But
I see what you're saying.
I'm with you.
I understand completely what you're saying. But all I'm saying as well is, for example, I know Martinez only, I think, started 3 games in the end. But
you have an informed Maguire, so it's like...
No, but you got to look at... You know when you talk about City, how John Stones moves into midfield. He opens up spaces. Go watch when Martinez played those 3 games.
Yeah, I get it.
He ran into midfield, which then what happens is it draws their attacking midfield towards Martinez, which frees up Casemiro or Mino. Mino and Casemiro therefore get more space, which gives more space into
Last year
Bruno.
it was just Casemiro though. You know, it wasn't Casemiro and Mino. It was Casemiro.
But
so now
Eriksen
you've
will
got
drop
2.
in. So
Yeah, okay. So you've lost Eriksen. You've got a better player.
So what about when
Mino,
you lose
though?
Trent
It's
Alexander?
like-
When you lose Trent, probably the generational right back to jump in.
So I'm not comparing Ten Hag to
I think
Klopp.
you're more. I
It's
think
hard
it's
to
more
compare
so.
anyone.
I'm not comparing the manager. I'm comparing what the players can do. They're
Yeah,
still.
it's like-
you just said to me they're all Premier League players. So
Yeah, you haven't.
show me your
You've
Premier League
lost the
player.
form of Rashford. You've lost
Yeah.
the form of Bruno. You've lost the form of of Casemiro. You know, you've got
I don't know about that. Casemiro when he
No,
plays,
but
is
it's
being
not
good.
the Casemiro of last
No,
year.
it's
You're
not.
Not
comparing,
that far
you're
off.
Same as
comparing
Eriksen.
players who were
Eriksen's-
out last year, but the reality is you've got the players you've added are the best players you've got. It's the players you've already had who played last year and this year who've dropped off dramatically.
But why then?
And that's why.
Why when Casemiro, Martinez, and Shaw, and even when Martinez wasn't there, just Casemiro and Shaw played, we were playing better football, which is what you've been going on about the whole year, and you can say we played better football.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely playing better football, more attacking football, more output, more chances for Hoyland.
Yeah.
More wins, more points, a better win percentage by one of the best win percentages. And I know it's a small sample size, but why is that then? So you're saying that, okay, a manager's bad and these
So
players
you're talking
are
about like 6 weeks ago?
probably about a 6-7 week
in that-
game
in that
period.
period.
So do you know what the correlation is there? I just checked. So it's just 3 games ago. So Rashford hasn't scored in the last 3 games. The 3 games before that, Rashford scores in all of them. It's like, you're suddenly
Rashford didn't score.
you're getting the output from the players who had output last year, plus the fact that Casemiro's playing well again, plus the fact
Rashford
that
didn't
Luke
score
Shaw's
against
playing.
Villa.
No, but the 2 games before, he scored
The
once against
Wolves
West Ham, he
and-
scored 1 against Wolves. It's like the point is suddenly it's clicking with everyone. So you can correlate that to Casemiro, or you can say that their output man finally gets output, and now you win games. You know what I mean?
You can't
Like
just
you said-
rely on form to. That's what.
No,
the big
I
thing-
100%
and that's
agree.
I'm sort of backing
I'm
you
just
up.
saying
there.
it's you can paint it that way.
Exactly.
Like,
That's why I'm still not. Don't get me wrong. This is not me chucking on the manager. The manager, I'm worried about the substitutions. But if
Yeah, I would
you're
agree with
Premier
that.
League players, like you said, why when 3 players go down, you look like a 12th place team? When they come back, you look like one of the top 3 teams. It can't be that. If you're Manchester United, if you're Newcastle, correlate to Newcastle as well. Why is it you look like a mid-table team one week, then you get 1 or 2 back the next week, and you're third, third best or top 10?
But is that
That's
not,
on the players. You got to be better than that.
But is that not just showing that our depth is
but
just...
this is what I don't get again. It's like you
say
would
depth,
never have
but these are
discovered
players that-
Mino
Yeah,
if
that's-
you know what I mean? As in Mino was your depth, and now he's starting for you. He's like your best player. So it's like you can't have it
Hunter
really.
Anthony not being Hunter Anthony not getting.
Yeah,
picked.
I don't even want to bring it. I was
Yeah.
going to bring up Anthony.
But yeah,
It's just
I'm
a bloody
just add to your
circus.
point. Add to your point.
The-
Yeah,
my-
just feel
yeah, that one's just like basket case.
Forson's point.
Like,
Isn't it?
This is the point that
Yeah.
you got last year's team, then you got this year's team, and the net addition should be that this year's team is better because you discover these players. You bought Hoyland, who's one of your better players. You got Mino now, one of your your best player.
Yeah.
You got an informed Maguire. There's more depth. Like, okay, no Martinez, but informed Maguire. Like you just.
You'd be trying to compare Martinez and Maguire. It's a bit...
No, but Maguire.
But Maguire's
What do you
been
mean? Like
probably as
a
good
good
as
Maguire
Maguire, yeah.
was the 80 mil guy you signed, the good one. We haven't seen him good for 3 years, but now that he's good again, or
I don't know if he's an $80 million Maguire.
No, I know.
But we're
But
saying
what
he's
I'm
playing
saying
to that sort of
is that that's the
caliber.
player. Yeah, that's the
caliber
caliber
player
of the player you had in there, right? And now you're seeing more of that again. The drop off, all I'm saying, doesn't sound that bad.
It shouldn't be.
It's that the starting players aren't doing it. It's the get that Bruno isn't doing it, and then Rashford isn't doing it, and and you're getting nothing from Anthony. You're getting like I don't know what's up with Varane. Like
I think he's been playing all right.
Been alright.
he's been alright.
I'm not putting any of it on the back line. I'm not putting anything. I'm putting some of it on the manager, but I'm putting I'm individualizing because I've gotten to.
I personally think the manager has to cop a lot more of it. Personally, I think
Fair enough.
We've made the case that the player drop off isn't that bad. He's the one that needs to get it out of these players coming in. There needs to be a system there which they're all comfortable and able to play, and easily gel with, and I don't know where it's not clicking when you lose these players, but it doesn't sound like the backups are actually that bad.
It's an interesting world. It's an interesting.
I don't disagree with your point though that Bruno and Rashford, but I think you can't just put it on Rashford. You got to put it on Bruno as well. It's got to be a combination.
Yeah, they're both.
I can understand.
They're both
Bruno,
nowhere near the levels they were. Put it like that.
This would be Bruno's worst period as a United player.
It's been a constant regression.
But he's still got the same numbers that he has.
He's just
the
reminding
output numbers,
me of
but
like Fred and
numbers.
McTominay, just energizer buddies that runs around with like a headless chook, but he does nothing. Like legitimately does nothing with the ball.
It's funny because I think it's like this for everyone United fans. There's like use you're on Bruno. There's me.
I love Bruno.
What do you guys?
I love
maybe,
Bruno.
I think I may be overprotective of him.
I actually love Bruno more than I probably love Rashford. So it's not me doing like protecting
you're
Bruno.
in your right to have a guy.
I've just had enough
the
at
whole
this point.
fan base is like that though. The whole fan base is us. Because there's some people that are like sick of Bruno. There's some people like me that I'll live with Bruno through the whole thing. I'll stick with the whole way through.
This is where
his chance creation numbers are still the top in the Premier League.
If this was Pep, Arteta, Bruno wouldn't be playing next game.
Yeah, but
and neither would Rashford probably either. But I'm just saying that if this was a good team, this is where you play someone else.
No, but is it a good team or is it an accountable team? And that's on Ten Hag, man. That's on Ten Hag. You just said if it was Klopp, Arteta,
I just think that
Pep.
you look at
Bro,
it.
Pep,
You just look at it with Rashford and Bruno.
In our shittest team, dropped Orba.
Yeah, it's
He
crazy.
stripped Orba of the captaincy. Orba is your Rashford.
Yeah,
the
face of it.
And you're talking about, a good team. No, it's a good manager, an accountable manager, a manager with principles, right? And, like standards would drop.
Rashford, no, I completely agree.
Rashford should be nowhere near the team.
I just think that
bad, right?
with Mount out at the moment, because if Mount was fit, I'd give Mount a start over Bruno, 100%.
Man, mate, I forgot Mason Mount.
That guy's it.
You said Mason Mount. I forgot he existed.
Let's move on because we'll be here all day. Big win for Fulham. They're now in 12th, 3 points off Chelsea. So it could get,
Fulham so yo-yo.
It could get from worse
3 points off Chelsea, doesn't it?
It could get worse for Chelsea. Jeez.
I texted last night. I could not believe Chelsea were 11th. Like I looked at the table. I was like, I swear, Chelsea Twitter paints this club to be like,
top
on the
back in the top
rise.
8. Yeah.
Oh, we're coming.
We're
We're storming for top 4.
Poch has to get sacked.
Bro, they're 11th.
And
they lost their only trophy.
Because we're having this argument. We'll just touch on this really, really quickly.
Quickly.
I just wanted your answer and we'll go on. If Poch finishes 12th, does he get sacked? No, do you think he should get sacked? Whether he gets sacked or not.
So personal.
So no, I know what your answer is. So what's your answer?
Bro, I don't even know if it can get much lower. Like, can it get much worse at Chelsea? Like,
you could always be 13th or 14th.
Well, it could, obviously.
Because the other teams below them are playing better football.
Like, this has to be the worst performance of a club in like ever in the Prem. Like, I'm not taking the piss. They have the most expensive squad like ever assembled, and they're getting worse.
Bipolar, man. They beat some good teams, and they just do rubbish against rubbish teams.
Should Poch get sacked?
Yes, not easy.
Yes or no? In your opinion?
In your opinion.
In my opinion.
In your opinion.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be a blunt answer. This will be
just a yes or no answer.
I think yes.
Okay.
I think yes.
We'll come back to this at the end of the season. All right, Manchester Derby this weekend, and because historic teams favour United and because current teams favour City, I put a little plot twist in it this week. We're going at least 5 from one of the side. I think we all have 5 City players because
you need 5 City players.
United have
5 City players.
United have some history, more history on their side, but I have to make it interesting because the current team, I think, could put an all City team in basically. Back in the day, you could argue Bruno not this season.
If it was on current, I think it's
an all Man City 11.
Luke Shaw.
But he's not even
fit. Ake's been cooking too.
Yeah, and Guardiola. There's no chance.
There was once an argument for Bruno. That doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, mate, nowhere near.
No, it was an argument at one point, though.
Yeah, but no.
So we got our Manchester Derby combined 11. I want us to go through all of our 11s because they're going to be very different. It's going to be confusing if you go one by one. So just do your whole 11 and we'll discuss it at the end. Because it's going to get very confusing.
I'm just heritage baller.
Yeah. Well, should we just say we all have the same goalkeeper, though?
Do I have to say who I'm putting the player for? Oh, everyone, if you know ball, you'll know what's going on. Okay, so Schmeichel in goal.
Yeah.
Walker.
Yeah.
Company. Vidic. Glyn Paradu.
Yeah.
What's the reaction there for?
No, that's
in midfield, KDB and Scholes. So playing a 4-4-2, by the way.
KB. Favorite player, KDB.
Kevin Bruyne.
I said KDB.
No, you said KB.
Kevin Bruyne, what a player he is.
Then up top, front 4, Best on the right.
Yeah.
Cantona and Ronaldo up top.
Right. Cantona.
And Charlton off the left. This was a hard one for me because
Bobby Charlton, mate. All those years watching.
No, the one.
One of his favourite players.
Everyone's gonna probably have a go at me here, but the one was
No, he's-
Rooney or Ronaldo.
Okay, so who are your City players?
My City players:
You need to say because we need 5.
KDB, Company, Walker, Schmeichel.
See that the Schmeichel,
Yeah, I've-
Schmeichel
yeah,
tax.
yeah.
I'm off that. And
Glenn.
Glenn Parrott, Glenn Parrott,
Glenn
my
Parrott.
favourite City player. Okay, I'll go through mine.
All right, let's go.
I've also gone Schmeichel, but
As a
United
player.
Schmeichel,
Yeah.
Dennis Irwin, Company, Rio, Walker,
Mm.
Rodri, Scholes, Yaya Toure,
Yes, right.
KDB, Rooney, and Ronaldo. So my City players.
Oh, no Best and no Charlton.
Bro was alive in 1935. whatever.
This guy waffles, man.
Yeah, but
All I know about George Best was he loves smoking darts and drinking before the game, mate. Like,
so-
he
so
was a crippling alcoholic.
people
I'm
in
sure
fo-
George Best was good, but I couldn't tell you how good he was.
Okay, so kids that are like 3 years old right
You
now
play
do
too
this
much
in 20
FIFA, bro.
years. Do this in 20 years. They're not going to put Ronaldo in their team.
Ronaldo, George Best isn't a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner and didn't stop playing 20 years ago.
Best and Charlton were better for United than Ronaldo.
Before we get into, let me do mine quickly before we get into.
So let me do my
KDB.
City players really quick.
Oh yeah.
Company, Walker, Rodri, Yaya Toure, and KDB.
So
no
no
bullshit there.
Oh, yeah. It's
No
straight
Schmeichel tax.
No Glenn Parody.
Yeah. Glenn Parrott.
Oh, you're. I'm going to go on about Glenn Parrott after you do your list.
I went Schmeichel in goal, Evra left back, Vidic and Company at centre half, Walker at right back. I went 4-4-2. I went George Best off the left, Yaya and Roy Keane in midfield, with Ronaldo on the right, Aguero and Rooney up front as my front two. Premier League, probably not, in terms of European, probably not as strong Aguero, but a Premier League player.
So who are your City players?
I went Aguero, Yaya,
So you're in Yaya as
Kyle Walker, Company, and then Schmeichel was my fifth.
Schmeichel tax. shouldn't be allowed, mate.
I'd have to give plaudits to Prez because he brought me on the Schmeichel. I didn't know who to put in for City.
informed.
Like, my heart was like...
What do you mean? There's so many good City players.
But
You're just so biased.
There is no City player bar from
you're a nostalgia
KDB.
merchant. Bro, you have never watched Bobby Charlton kick a ball in your life.
I actually have.
Oh my god. And you only know George Best because of FIFA.
Bobby Charlton is the only player in the history of the game to win the European
And
Premier.
oh my
Well, it
God.
wasn't the Premier League back then,
And
but
the
the
City
league,
players.
First division.
the first division,
Yeah.
and the Ballon
We're
d'Or
going
in the
back to
same
the
year.
first division, lad. First division.
So he won a World Cup, European First Division, and Ballon d'Or in the same year.
Yeah, I don't even know what's called a Ballon d'Or back then. Was it like World War II or something? What
No,
is
but
this?
Bobby Charlton is like symbolic of United,
It took like a 3-year break between 1939 and 42.
and same as like
Anyway, so okay. Can we touch on Glenn Parrott?
Yeah, get it.
so Glenn Parrott who played over 300 games for City.
No one watching right now has ever heard of
Bro's
Glenn Parrott.
Wikipedia merchant this thing.
Like,
It's like-
you know Boovy?
yeah, Booth wouldn't
I
know.
didn't even reckon
Booth wouldn't even know it. Nah,
Boovy would not know who.
no chance. You know.
Bro, Glenn Parrott. I could have never heard of this guy.
One of
in
my favourite
entire
fullbacks of all
life.
time.
Like, I
he
swear to God,
inverted.
I've
He was the
never
first
He,
inverted
was,
fullback.
he won the league with
heard. Was he
City.
He's the first inverted fullback.
According to many articles I read,
Bro, it should say artifacts, bro, not articles. It should say artifacts. Bro, I read this in like a museum, man.
Bro went to the
Artifacts.
Manchester City Museum and read about this guy's jersey.
Many
that hung up.
artifacts. Like, you got like a black and white photo from a newspaper.
no, but many articles I read listed that he was the best City left back.
What did
in
Glenn
their
Parrott do?
history.
What does he look like?
Comb over. Definitely a comb over
I don't know,
merchant.
broke his leg.
So he probably didn't even play half the year, man.
Played 350 games for City, winning the league.
So you
Yeah,
Best
but
ever-
they won the league. At least,
You read
at
the
least,
stats.
yeah, at least
Okay.
they won the league. Yeah, I'll give you that.
You know what? He, apparently, according to many artifacts, okay, he was City's best ever,
not take,
best ever left
not
back.
telling this. When did he play? 60s.
What? 60s, 70s.
You're reaching, man.
Nah, if you that's your
Okay,
ball knowledge.
that-
I'm-
I
that's
agree, I
historical
agree. That one,
knowledge.
I'm stretching it.
compared to Evra?
Here's where you're a better player. But again, I tried
your
my
praise?
best to do play at least I've seen. The only reason I went best is because like grandparent to like always like when he used to watch, he used to talk about. So that's just, it's a personal
Grandparent tax.
Personal, yeah,
Family
little
tax,
grandparents
family
tax,
tax,
yeah,
sorry.
family tax in there. But the rest I've seen these guys all play, right? Like I've seen Evra, I've seen
So I've gone Ferdinand. We've all gone Company.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
went
gone
Vidic.
Ferdinand instead
I went
of
Vidic as well, and this
Vidic is better
personal
than
preference, I
Ferdinand.
think.
Huh?
I think this is a bit of personal. If you ask anyone around the world, it'll be split. People like Vidic, people like Ferdinand, but Ferdinand's more of the people's choice. I think though, like if you're not a United fan,
Maybe it's an English tax, so like they all the English guys. always
Vidic
say
was a
Ferdinand.
better player.
but
than
better
Rio.
careers. Rio, Rio was good. Like for
Who
so
would be a
many
better
years.
pairing? Vidic Ferdinand or sorry, Vidic company or company?
Vidic company.
Yeah, because
Vidic is more like chuck the head in the way of the ball,
I
whereas
agree.
company's more of at the ball at your feet sort of stuff. But companies everyone's locked him in. Is that your first City play you put in? Because that was
No,
my.
but Yup, stand
mine
in.
was my. No, yeah, stand, bro. What about
Yeah.
Ruben Dias?
Flipping dish.
No, I've gone. My first City was KDB.
KDB.
I think
Yeah,
KDB's an all timer.
I really wanted to get him in, but when you're playing it, I only played a 2, right, in midfield.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to put Keane in there, and I feel like you have to put Yaya.
See, I think you just cook the strategy. I think the peak of these teams is like their midfields and like strike and central players, right?
Do you think?
I think the wingers is like a take it
say
or
that.
leave it. Same as the fullbacks, take it or leave it. Like
Yeah.
whereas the central players, there's
might
so
be
much depth there.
it might be nostalgia tax with Yaya, but
Oh yeah, I know. I think
Yaya's
Yaya's a great shout.
crazy.
I think Yaya's a great shout. I also think in terms of like a real team, like Yaya in a midfield of 2 is like perfect.
Yeah, him and Kane
Like,
would be ridiculous together.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous, and I'm not disagreeing with.
I don't have
how
Kane in mind.
How I've gone.
Yeah. You think
got
you're good?
Nah, I went Scholes.
I got
So both of you
Rodri.
don't have Kane.
I got Rodri. And
I wanted to
Scholes.
put Kane, but I had to put
thought one-
KDB in. If any
Right.
City player goes in, it's KDB. He's the only City player that I'm like, look at, and I go 100%.
Yeah. I haven't a mare, but I just don't have enough space for it.
But yeah,
can't believe you don't
obviously
have KDB.
Glenn,
Yeah.
obviously Glenn Paradieu, like, was
You're
a bit of
pulling
a
on-
wild one. But touching on Charlton the best, I think they're undoubtedly in the team.
I just like I can't say something's undoubtable
When you haven't.
from 100 years ago. Like literally, is it 50 years ago? Bobby
Did
Charlton.
you put Cantona in?
Did I have Rooney or Cantona? No, I don't have Cantona. I've got Rooney.
That's crazy because I think Cantona was the re-establishment of United.
Rooney was like
Rooney's
the best
Rooney,
player
man.
ever. At
Youngest
like
to
18.
score, like this rubbish.
I've gone Ronaldo because it's Ronaldo.
And you went round up front, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 strike with Ronaldo.
Like
That's always. That's always. I love
I
that.
don't
That's
know
just-
why I
yeah.
put Ronaldo because I think Rooney deserves it more.
If it came from a Premier League standpoint, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's what I went.
But
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo,
it's a combination of like Yaya's one season, right? A combination of like that incredible season, plus the fact that Ronaldo's whole career, like Ronaldo
player,
aura,
all
But you
tuck
time.
that
can't
in.
put Ronaldo being at like
No,
Juve and Real.
I didn't consciously think of Ronaldo at Juve and Real. I just more thought of Ronaldo as the
player.
as Ronaldo, right? This guy, it's pretty hard to completely remove
AIJ.
the rest of him, right?
Yeah.
Like I can definitely see a case for Cantona and Rooney over Ronaldo in this
But did
team.
Ronaldo start a music band?
What? Did Ronaldo?
Cantona, have you seen this?
Yeah, wow, I thought that
No,
is,
Cantona, man.
He's a musician now.
bro, wars and diseases, man. Oh my god, not wars and diseases.
Have you seen the clip?
Crimes.
Crimes against.
Not even that.
War.
Wars.
The blokes like
How much crack has this guy on, man? It's ridiculous.
He's lost. He's actually lost his
He's
head.
lost.
Eh? He also got so many painkillers.
Bro kicked some guy, and ever since it's been a crazy ball.
he's
man.
just like, oh, I'm gonna randomly start touring like a song. What's his
You said
song?
you'd go. Would you go?
Yeah, I'd
You
go.
can't-
For Cantona, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
But I come with a United kit and like.
But you wouldn't like if you only played in like Melbourne or something. Though, would you?
I'm
like,
not traveling to
Would
Melbourne.
you
to watch
travel? I feel like you
Cantona.
low-key would.
I'm not spending
I'm
a
not
grand to go to Melbourne to watch
To see
Cantona
Eric
play.
Cantona or waffle, bro. He'd probably just stop singing
And just do
start
like a
talk,
speech,
have like a
yeah.
monologue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wars, crimes will
ridiculous, man.
multiply.
Oh,
I love football.
Bro, it's Messi and Ronaldo's
It actually
faces.
never
they're
gets
like-
old. It actually
Yeah.
never gets old, man. It's so good.
Don't know
I reckon
They
the
probably thought it
song's
was like a
actually
translation era, like
The fact this guy's like touring
era.
and like creating like he's a musician now. Like
He's just bored.
Yeah,
bro.
but when you're that high, you just do a lot of stuff,
no.
man. You're doing like a lot of different things.
Let's get back to the
Do
tape.
you want to run over your teams one more time so we go over them before we
sure.
finish this one up?
so I've got Schmeichel in goal.
So everyone has
Walker,
Schmeichel.
Yeah,
Company,
Schmeichel.
Vidic,
Great company.
Glenn Paradieu.
Oh, Walker. Can we quickly talk about Walker? Give him
Yeah,
some credit.
because he's
None of us said Gary Neville.
better than Gary.
And he's one of the ones who's genuine up for debate.
He will
going
be
in
in the
this
Premier
team.
League all
Yeah.
the time. Once
Yeah.
he's retired, we keep
I
saying
agree.
this. We keep saying
Bro, it's nostalgia
tax,
bro.
yeah.
Like,
Gary
I
Neville's
don't
podcast
I
on
don't
Sky,
even
mate,
care
whatever.
if Gary Neville 20 years ago. Like, I don't even care if he was a better player. His time has like been and gone. Right? You know,
we're progressing.
he's not like an immortal player in one of these teams. His time in the all-time 11 has been and gone.
he was a role player. That won a lot of trophies.
Walker is the new Gary. Walker won't be there forever. No way. There'll be a better player, 100%. 100%
Could
better
Trent
than
be
Kyle
better?
Walker. Yeah, Trent could genuinely be better. But Walker is just the new Kyle Walker. Walker's the new Gary Neville.
He
Gary
started
Neville
the era.
guy.
I feel like you're gonna give him the extra like credit because he almost started that whole like right up and down the touchline, pacey, great tackler. Can come play centre.
Well,
like, he's
vintage
got
Walker
more.
at bloody Tottenham, mate.
Imagine just storming down like what that.
with Bale.
Yeah, that's prime. Sorry, it
crazy.
we intervened.
Yeah, Glenn Paradieu, KDB, Scholes, Best, Cantona, Ronaldo, and Bobby.
Okay, I got Peter Schmeichel, Dennis Irwin, Company, Rio, Kyle Walker, Rodri, Scholes. So Rodri like a DM, Scholes and Yaya like above and centre mids, KDB and 10, Rooney and Ronaldo.
It's a crazy diamond. That diamond's probably the best
I know.
midfield ever in the Premier League. All right, I went Schmeichel, Evra, Vidic, Company, Walker at right back, Best at the left, Ronaldo at the right, whatever way you want to put him. Yaya and Roy Keane in the midfield, and then Aguero and Rooney up front. That's my turn.
Whose team wins?
That midfield's winning.
I
every
reckon my
Premier
team
League.
wins.
Mine.
If we go back to 2006, I think mine's doing all right.
Bro, maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, you only
If
have
you-
like
if you go back to
9
60s,
He's
we-
only got 9 players alive, mate. Like
I think all my players on his best.
Charlton's dead.
Best gone.
Nah, Charlton.
Bro, Charlton died last year.
Yeah, he died last year.
Bro, Best is long gone. I bet Glenn Paradieu's gone, mate.
Glenn Parody must be gone. So
Who
you got
else
8
you got?
players alive.
Nah, no.
You actually have 8 players alive.
That's crazy.
I got 11, mate. And mine are young still. Like Rooney should still be playing.
Rooney's just a shit manager these days. That's what he's doing. Yeah, I think yours.
Mine's
That
the
midfield. When I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That as a 3.
It was look. It's would any manager set their team up like that? Maybe if they had the players, they would. But in reality, probably not. They love the wide players.
Yeah.
But on paper, on FIFA, mine.
KDB can float out wide and just sort of
Yeah,
pick
Scholes
a cross in.
used to venture a little bit,
Yeah,
didn't he? Yeah, moves around. It's nice.
It's fluid. That's all it
Goals
is.
everywhere. Goals everywhere.
galore.
man.
Goals galore. We got some serious strikers in there. There's some serious strikers in these games.
Yeah, wow.
Running a prediction for this game while we're here next. How many goals did he scoring?
Is that Eddie?
It's our head, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The empty head.
2-1 City.
I really want to go like a United result here, eh?
Oh, you'd love a United winning.
Well, I would
You'd
love
love
it.
a
I'd
United
love it.
result.
But
I'm changing
I
mine,
like
actually.
to just think
I'm changing mine.
go
actually.
1-0,
1-0 United.
Oh,
1-0. I mean, City aren't exactly like
Not
putting
killing
goals away.
no, they're not killing it.
It's just
Haaland's-
the unknown with these games. Like, it's just like the same as the Liverpool
Yeah.
United, same as the Arsenal Spurs. Like all these big derbies, you just never know. I'm gonna go 2-2.
That's crazy.
Bit of a goal fest. I'm gonna go 2-2.
Is that you just being hopeful because it's an Arsenal, or is that just you being genuinely like?
I genuinely think you guys could get a result. I think 1-1's probably more realistic, but I want to go 2-2. I genuinely believe United can get a result in this game. I just think that's the United team at the moment. Loose at home to Fulham,
And then go get a result.
and then go get a result away at Etihad.
Right, so you went 1-0.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
I'll go City 4-1. Haaland's gonna score.
No
hat-trick.
faith, absolutely
Scott
no
Haaland's gonna
faith.
score a hat-trick. He hasn't scored in 2. Well, he hasn't scored in 2 weeks.
No,
yet.
it's
Bro's
been-
drew
it's
like
a
6
drought.
goals.
Goal drought.
Bro's drew 6 goals in this game.
Dude, he's only scored 2 in like the last 10. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm taking the business.
Bro is due some goals. He's
Is he still top scorer in the league though?
Yeah, he's still top
That's-
scorer.
that's-
And because
that's-
Salah's injured, he's gonna run away. He's gonna,
mental.
unless Ollie Watkins can like just turn up.
How's my Sun bet gone? Or can Sun catch Salah?
Maybe
'cause he's
How-
my,
depends how long Salah's out for.
Because he's my if
If Haaland doesn't,
without
Yeah,
Haaland,
without
golden
Haaland, who
boot.
gets it?
He's only 3 off the top. He's paying $9 to
Cheeky
one. So.
Hyun Min late in the season.
It's because Richarlison's back playing striker now.
Pigeon merchant, man.
ruined
Just-
it.
Yeah, crazy. Palace 3, Burnley knows next game. Only thing I was gonna say about this is the new manager's got to win. Roy, my boy Roy.
And Burnley just stink. I didn't realise Burnley and Sheffield on the same points.
Yeah, we said this last week. We've been like sort of Burnley might. Do
Yeah,
it.
we've been. Yeah.
But nah, let's be
Burnley have
real.
got way too much credit.
Yeah, we've been.
So, but it looks like they're going to keep company though, eh?
they're
Keep
gonna do
company.
it. They might do what I said.
Yeah, go back again.
Go down and then come
then
back.
go back
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Has that ever been seen before? You keep your manager after getting relegated?
Yeah, it has.
I can't remember a
Not
time.
in the last 5
Yeah,
years.
like,
I'm saying.
maybe they might
Oh,
keep the
you
manager
mean-
that gets relegated
You
like,
mean start of
from
the
the start
year?
of the season.
I swear it happened recently.
Did Farker, what his name was, stay with
Norwich.
Norwich? Because they went down in Cove and they came back up. Didn't they?
Yeah, I
afterwards?
swear it's happened not that long ago. A couple, I don't know. I can't.
I don't remember a time, but I could
In
be wrong.
recent
a lot of
history,
the
obviously
time,
in the past they would've.
a manager might come in like match week 15, in the dumps, he stays, and then he comes
Yeah,
back
yeah,
up.
Like even West Brom would change their manager heaps, wouldn't they? Like as West Brom would.
I think Daniel Farke might have
I
been.
think he might have done it.
Yeah.
COVID year went down.
I swear it was at Norwich both city. Sorry, both years.
Both times
at
around.
Norwich. Yeah.
But you know what they do? They like sack him and
And
get
he
him
might
back.
have come in
I don't know.
he might have come in halfway.
They always
through
do
the
that. They
season
bring him in.
and then got
Yeah,
sacked.
it's
he might have
ridiculous.
been a late, yeah.
Yeah, late in.
But Palace look, they'll be safe now. They've got the new manager bounce, they'll be fine. So literally is now Everton are going to survive. I think they look like they will survive. So Luton are uphill battle, right? Because
Crazy.
Is it
after
is
they
it
had
not a game
chances.
in hand for Luton?
One.
Yeah, but they're still
Yeah,
2
but they're only
points
1 point
behind.
off.
Because Everton got the result. That's into my next game. They got the result versus Brighton. They got the 1-1 draw there. They're 2 points ahead now with a game.
1 point ahead.
There's 1 point.
1 point, and then
Oh.
Luton have a game in hand. Bro, it's in Luton's hands still. Like,
I still want Luton to stay up. I still think they can do it.
oh, I definitely want. I feel bad for Dyche, but I definitely want Luton to stay up.
Your boy
Dyche
Dyche.
going down.
He was mad in the game. The next game was Brighton 1, Everton 1. They could have had that game. They were 2 minutes away from taking massive
Bro,
3
Everton
points.
have some tough fixtures.
Who have they got?
They've
Run us through
got-
a few.
Okay, they've got West Ham at home, but then they've got United away, and then they've got
Easy beat.
Liverpool at home,
I get smacked up there.
Bournemouth away.
Tough
Whereas
game.
Luton have much more, and then Newcastle away. Luton have much easier games than that.
And Luton are playing like decent.
And
50
they
minutes
also
every
have that
game.
they can do it against anyone. Luton.
Yeah, Luton. They're taking it to every big team at home. I don't think has any big team actually beaten them like convincing at home yet?
I think we slapped them at home.
No, at their sorry, at
Oh,
Kenilworth.
no, I can't think.
Because
of
you
anyone
just
who did.
scraped one.
Yeah,
Chelsea scraped it.
City
We scraped
scraped
it.
it.
City scraped it.
Yeah.
They beat Newcastle. They beat Brighton 4-0. So they've beaten all the top 8. Well,
Yeah.
they've taken it to top 8. Every
Yeah,
single.
yeah.
Impressive. I don't know, yeah, Brest Brighton game. Brighton, we touched them like 4 weeks ago. And we're hyping up this fixture run. They have not
Well, okay,
delivered.
so my Brighton arc has been so strange. I've had a roller coaster with Brighton.
You turn on
Don't rate De Zerbi. Well, I do rate De Zerbi, but didn't rate him as high as you guys
we
did.
rated him.
But then I thought there's heaps of potential there, so I really raved him. I was like, oh, they could really push
Good
it.
fixture run, top 8, top 6. Like,
And I really, we said
they
I
could do
really
it.
stressed, but they needed to do well in
Yeah.
this period.
Well,
Like, they
they've-
need to be on the brink,
they flopped it.
and they haven't.
No.
And S2's doing nothing, and then they have they're back into the year. Pretty much, I think like 2 games from now is cooked.
Yeah,
They have, like,
if you're
it's-
FPL,
it's
take
They
literally-
it.
flourish on those type of games.
They do.
Well,
though,
that
yeah.
was why I was bullish for them to have a great season.
Get
'cause,
the
you know,
form and
get
then
the
keep
results
going.
and then kick on.
Yeah.
But they haven't had the results. And look, they can still they'll probably still scratch some
Yeah.
results.
They could get Conference League, but I think they
But
can get anything more than that.
I think they could finish as low as like 10th now, just
Wolves-
because they have
Wolves are
such
1
a tough
point behind
run.
them. Wolves are
Yeah, I
1
know.
point.
And then,
Touching them at the end
who's
into
split?
that.
And then
They've got a bit better fixture run. But I feel like right now it is.
Newcastle 2 points. Like West Ham have game in hand, and they're
Yeah.
3 points
and
off.
then
Like,
yeah. If it's not for Pascal Gross, his team would be in like all sorts
he's
of
been
like,
cooking in my FPL. Thank
yeah,
God for Pascal.
I've got him.
Yeah,
He's
thank God
been
for Pascal,
incredible.
man.
Him and Dunk again, like late saving. If it wasn't for those two, I think that'd be like a long way off what we think
Oh,
they'd be.
no, yeah.
We had him. Where did we all have him? Like 7th.
They were
Around
9th
that.
in all our
Ninth.
Yeah,
positions.
no,
Yeah,
so we were
no.
probably
It was
on
not. It was
Because we had a
them,
big
and then it was
top eight.
Villa, and then it was
do
Newcastle,
we-
then it was Spurs and
we were
stuff.
No,
4 weeks.
Spurs 8.
Yeah, sorry, you
We're
know.
4 weeks in, and what they were like, they'd scored like 16 goals or something, and everyone was like, oh, maybe some like Europa
Yeah.
League or something like that for them, and it's just
It's funny you say that though, because like they might finish 10th. We all predicted them to 9th, and that would have been a great season
Yeah.
considering everyone above them.
I know.
Like, it's so mental, man. Like,
yeah.
It's the whole adjusting expectations though, because
Yeah,
each
yeah.
week you think, oh, Brian just slapped
especially
up.
considering how bad Chelsea still are.
Yeah.
Newcastle is shot.
What do you think of their
Like,
squad
it's-
as well?
Huh?
What do you think of in terms of their squad? Like
Oh, their squad
Their
is
squad
weak,
is
bro.
They got some
weak.
retooling into
their squad is
super weak.
borderline like weaker than Everton's.
In terms of being like
genuinely?
off the bench as well, they've got Leicester being off the bench.
Bro, Everton's midfield slaps up Brighton's.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, Nana, Andre
Decore
Gomez.
being back to
Dahoud,
save
like,
you for
what,
that.
what even? Like, I know we spoke about him last week. You're in Dahoud.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
What-
Dahoud and Milner, like,
yeah.
No, but Dahoud.
We'll like free signings.
assume so.
Be massive for them. Like going for free, classic Brighton.
was in like,
They've just
I don't think we exactly hyped those signings.
But we
up,
said it's a
though.
Brighton. It will work. Like it's a free transfer. They'll work it out.
They'll
Like,
probably make it work.
Yeah.
yeah. If
And
anyone's
it's-
going to make it work, it's Brighton.
Brighton and just hasn't made
But-
it work.
Answorth isn't there anymore.
He's come to
He's coming to United.
to the right side of Manchester. Even
Whatever
Anthony
he's passed
Fatty.
the
Even
reins
Anthony
on.
Fatty joined. And he hasn't really done much. He's been
I think he's
injured
been
a bit.
injured.
But still, like
Yeah, I know. It has not
just
been.
everything they've tried.
It's been a bad year or not a great year for Brighton.
And
It's still there.
they're still there.
Currently exceeding expectations.
That'd be hilarious. You look back at them, we're bagging, and they go on and like
Yeah, I know.
finish 8th or 9th. Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, this is the one I want to touch on. Aston Villa 4, Nottingham Forest 2. This is the only exciting game on Saturday. At half time, every game was 0-0.
Douglas Luiz has
Douglas Luiz
9
cooked.
Premier League goals.
It's mental.
I'm pretty sure he's got like
He's scored 2, right?
8 at home as well. Yeah, he's got 2 at this game here. By the way, my FPL was cooking this
Yeah,
weekend.
Douglas Luiz.
I had
I
Leon
forgot to
Bailey,
do my
Douglas Luiz, and Ollie
I forgot
Watkins.
to do my trades.
I'm 3rd in the league. And I come storming back. This has been
Bro.
one of the greatest revitalisations.
I've been
of all
cooking
time.
the last few weeks and I forgot to do my fucking trades.
83 points, baby.
Whoa.
I had to let it out.
PG for the kids, huh?
Yeah, because
I had Branthwaite on my bench for 9 points.
we don't get
as well.
absolutely slandered in the comments, man.
After
From all these, what, you reckon 10-year-olds? Nah.
after the Glenn Parody shout, you know, they'll come for you. Those 90-year-olds.
Imagine they laugh at, oh, ball knowledge.
Yeah. They laugh at us for like not knowing who Glenn Parody is.
You really should
How do you
know.
not know? How do you not know?
One of the greatest.
Bro, you searched him up when you were sitting in the car this morning. Don't even tell me you didn't. Like,
Revolutionised the fullback position.
See,
Glenn
like,
Parody.
when I actually go to sleep at night, all I do is think about
My
Glenn
combined
Jones.
do you
levels.
like model your play style off Glenn? Is it Glenn or Glenn?
Glenn,
It's
isn't it?
Glenn.
It's Glenn. It's
Glenn.
good. It's Glenn. It's Glenn.
It's not Glenn, bro. No way, man.
Bro goes on the tactics board and starts to work out what Glenn
I
would fit
actually
in.
only put him there because his name was Glenn.
Is that literally why you did it? Is it Glenn?
Is that actually why they?
Glynn?
That's crazy.
G-O-Y-N.
Oh, Glenn.
Glenn. Oh my
like
God.
Glenn.
That's a basket case.
Yeah, Villa are back. Or somewhat back.
That's
Considering-
2 in a row now, right?
Yeah,
Two in a
that's
row.
crazy.
And 2
Well,
can convince like good
It
performances.
looked like United were just going to like steamroll straight into fourth
2 weeks ago, we were
position.
saying-
Like, Villa would lose.
Let United do what United do, mate.
Yeah. But I was more just thinking that it didn't matter what United did because Villa's going to...
Off,
Yeah.
Wheels are off.
United was pumped this one. He was gassed this one. You could tell what this meant. I loved him.
Can they still get 4th?
They
They
are
are fourth.
They are
But is
fourth.
it, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, literally
I thought
fourth.
Spurs were 4th.
They're like, well...
And
They're
Spurs are a little tripping up as well. Spurs haven't been as convincing the last few weeks. They had the week
Yeah,
off.
but
Like
who do the Spurs? What game in hand do they have?
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Palace at home is their next game, right?
Yeah, they got Chelsea. later
Chelsea's
this game.
their game.
Chelsea's
in
a
hand,
catch-up
but
game,
They have
right?
Palace at home, so they can go 5 points clear of you guys.
Yeah, I think United are now battling
6.
for the
6,
coefficient.
6, yeah.
I think the coefficient's what
Well,
we're
we're
battling for.
very lucky that it's looking like that fifth will be a Champions
How's your
League
0
spot.
goal difference?
That's ridiculous.
Oh my
0
God.
goal difference is ridiculous.
Warfare to your club, mate. Jesus Christ. We have our goal difference is 39. We're top of the league. Oh, dang.
You got a plus 39 on us.
That's crazy.
That's insane. We scored 30. Yeah, plus 39. Oh my God.
But did you see that?
That's ridiculous.
It'll be 5 Champions League places, it looks like, for the Premier League.
I thought it was not going to be that.
Unless
Nah, it is.
Lazio beats Bayern Munich, I'm pretty sure they secure the Serie A's 5th spot if Lazio beat Bayern.
Yeah, but there's
What?
2.
So Syria
There's 2. Syria-
might have 5 and we
So,
might
but-
have, and we might have 4.
But
No,
Bologna
no,
might-
no.
pretty sure they have, isn't it?
Two different leagues
Oh,
of the
two
top
leagues.
one.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
sorry,
looked
sorry,
at it.
sorry. I
I
thought it was
looked at
one
it
league.
today.
Okay, sorry.
I looked at it today, and it's 87% that Serie A are going to get one, 86% that Premier are going to get one,
What does
and
it
then
take for
21% Bundesliga,
Oh, so not La Liga.
7%
League one.
Ligue 1,
Or
and
Spanish.
3.4%
why is La Liga so
La
low?
Liga.
Is La Liga last?
3.4% chance.
That's criminal. That's actually Bundesliga. That'd be hilarious.
Well, it's because it's the top 3 in that league.
I think it's something like, Real have to win it, and all Barca have to win it, and one other has to
Barca
finish
aren't gonna-
in the
they're knocked
semis or
out.
something. That's how much they have to do. But they've only got 2 teams in it now.
What do the Bundesliga need to do?
I know. What? Sorry.
So they need Bayern to go the way, and they need. There's no one else left, is
Yeah,
there?
but I think, but no, it
No, I
doesn't
think it's-
matter.
I think it's
It
just a
doesn't
Bayern
matter.
win.
Oh, so
I
it's
think it's
screwed
just a
then.
Bayern win.
Yeah, so Bayern still
No,
win.
no, it's not if just Bayern win. I think if Leipzig are out, no matter what Bayern do,
It's done.
it's done. for
Well, they're going to be
Bundesliga.
Real, so it's done. So it's basically his Prem and Serie A then. That's crazy. So coefficient, the battle for coefficient,
Is this the last year in the Champions League of this
of
format?
the normal format.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to win it this year then, man. We need to get
4
one
against-
real one.
Well, it's still real. It's just that there's more teams.
No, but like,
People
it's
will
a little
mock
bit
it
different. I
saying-
think.
There's
I
like
think
10 people in your group or something.
Yeah,
it's like a
there's
ladder.
There's like pool stages, then it goes to groups, and then it's like
Yeah.
there's some it's.
We need to win this one.
There'll be Champions League every
A real
week.
one, bro.
There'll be like you still got Klopp's anger. That's why Klopp's
I
retiring.
think it must literally be every week
Klopp's retiring because he can't handle the
because we have that
Saturday
massive
morning
break.
fixtures.
we have that massive break from like November.
Yeah, there's been no
to Jan.
Champions League ever played.
That must not be happening anymore. The UEFA are looking at it like, oh mate,
Money.
they're milking the holiday season money.
Yeah,
we need to get some of
Can you
that.
imagine some December champ? I would go good though.
Oh no, I'm not
Some
against
Christmas
it.
time snow champ.
I'm just against the fact that Party can't play any games as it is, mate. Let alone, buddy. Let alone with like 10 more.
Fuck, we'll be going down every
mean,
second week.
That's going to be squads getting bigger again. That's basic.
And,
Champions League
and
is
all,
basically
all
the
it's
Super
going
League.
to
Super
do,
League,
all it's
Super
going to do is make it that the big clubs have to get even better than the worst clubs in the Prem.
Yeah.
So it's going to make the gap between top 10 and bottom 10 even bigger.
It's going to be...
And it's
See, for big clubs, it feels fine, but if they're a small club, it's going to be such a...
it's a bit of a...
It ruins Prem as well.
It is essentially the Super League.
Well, it is pretty much. I don't know what the point of the Super League really becomes if you've got that.
What is it? It's renamed the Champions League instead of the Super League. That it is. But Villa, do you reckon they'll sneak in fourth then? Now that
They'll get fourth or fifth. I reckon Spurs are more likely to drop to sixth. Not that either of them will.
Two roles reverse on the last.
Depends on fixture run, man. Like it depends on fixture run. Like
I think it's going to be.
It's going to be close. I still think it'll be close.
I think Aston Villa are vulnerable. I think Aston Villa are still vulnerable. They just got to.
A big game. Villa versus Spurs in 2 weeks.
We don't have to verse Villa or Spurs.
That's a good thing, but that's a bad thing as well. We can't take points off them either. So if you're losing the Fulhams of the world, you need to.
Villa have a.
One of them have to take points. We only try to need to finish fifth, really.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
So Villa don't have an easy fixture run.
No,
they got some easy games, but then their hard games are really hard.
Yeah, so I'm trading them out
away at us, away at Etihad.
They got both.
Yeah,
they didn't have Liverpool as well. I'm sure they have Liverpool still as well.
I've lost it. Anyway, they probably do have Liverpool still. Probably like their last game.
They've got a truckload of big games.
And Tottenham got Liverpool away as well.
They'll get smacked on Liverpool. Liverpool put them to the sword. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so they're fourth now, sort of for the time being. Bit of gap there for Aston Villa. Forest still struggling a little bit, but they'll be safe. Next one was Man City 1, Bournemouth 0. This was actually a good game. Second half, Bournemouth took it to them. Bournemouth could have really nicked a point in this one. They had 2 headers that were I'm talking inches off. And then have you seen the Edison save where it's speaking millimeters from going in as well. So Bournemouth easily could have won. This is the Bournemouth of 2 months ago. I was sort of hyping up a little bit. They went rubbish and they sort of turned a corner again.
Do you think if you're the Bournemouth board, they're happy with their decision to get rid of Gary O'Neill?
I think you would be. Because I don't think Gary O'Neill's doing that to Man City. Equal shots.
But do they care?
Yeah, do they care?
Wolves are 8th. Who cares about City? They're 8th.
I still think it's been a positive.
Was it a good decision on paper? No. Looking at it, it wasn't a good. It wasn't a bad decision. I don't think it was a bad decision.
Yeah, well, they haven't got relegated. That would have been a bad decision.
Yeah, it wasn't. I just don't think it was a.
The squads
are.
We're talking different squads, though, right? Wolves are as much as at the start of the season we're worried for Wolves. They've still got some bigger names on.
You guys both had Wolves below Bournemouth.
I know, but they still have bigger names. You still got Cunha, you still got Neto,
there was also a factor in there.
They had no manager.
They had no manager when we made this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also had a terrible squad. They lost all their. They lost bloody Ruben.
I don't know how you say that Wolves got a better squad than Bournemouth.
I had Bournemouth in relegation, but I also had Wolves. I also had Wolves 17th.
I had Wolves 18th and
Bournemouth
17th. I think I had
18th. We had them saying
you'd have to say it's a semi-failure. A semi-failure.
For Bournemouth or for
Bournemouth. Their manager that they sacked has gone to Wolves.
Even if we're going to say... I have to agree.
Even if it's an equal team, let's say even Wolves and Bournemouth are equal, which you probably say Bournemouth are better, they're ahead of them.
Bro, Bournemouth have Dominic Solanke. What do Wolves have? They don't have anyone. Pedro Neto is nowhere near.
You're relying on Huang, who has been nobody until this year.
But then you look at the same wingers for Bournemouth, and they're outperforming who they are. You couldn't name any of the wingers for Bournemouth before this season started. You wouldn't name them.
Jefferson Lerma, mate.
He's at Crystal Palace. That's what I'm talking about. Their best player moved to Crystal Palace. Billing doesn't play anymore.
Tavernier.
There's one.
Yeah.
They signed Clivert, who everyone thought would be a bit of a flop.
Semenyo, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't know him before the season, who Semenyo was, but he's outperforming what he's done this season because of the management. Yeah, I still think...
So has Wolves. Wolves does...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I still think it's a failure for Bournemouth.
No.
It's not that it's a failure. It's just what their manager...
Do you think Gary O'Neill...
The way you say semi-failure sounds bad. It just hasn't...
It hasn't been a failure. It's a semi-failure.
Do you reckon Gary O'Neill would have gotten this team though to 12th? This Bournemouth in a 12th?
No, I don't know how
you don't know. Say that. I don't know. How can you say he wouldn't know?
8th, Prez.
Yeah, Wolves are 8.
I think you sleep on Gary O'Neill because he doesn't play the most attractive style like Iriola, right? I think.
I agree.
I think what you can do is judge it on the fact that what did Bournemouth finish last year?
They just scraped out of relegation, didn't they? In the end, because Gary O'Neill saved him.
No, but they scraped higher than just relegation. Is my point.
They didn't finish off 14th.
I think they got 15th, 14th.
Yeah, 14th.
Right. So. And then he's taken a Wolves team, which everyone thought, Wolves team which are in disarray, mate.
Yeah, you know.
And now they're
from both Wolves and Bournemouth, realistically,
And did Wolves
they're
not
not
really-
kicking
the
on
Wolves
to
The Wolves
become
were
Villa.
13th, 2 points clear of Bournemouth, who were 15th. And
They were in disarray though. Like as in,
Yeah,
and did Wolves
and-
not nearly beat City this year? Like you said, took it to them. I swear. Wolves
yeah, at home. No, they beat him at home.
They've
Wolves
been
beat
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I'm
final.
saying.
Yeah,
As in, like
yeah,
you said, but Bournemouth lost at home to City,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Would Gary O'Neill have
But I
taken
think
it?"
I think Wolves' squad's better than Bournemouth's squad. That's just the way I look at it.
No,
I
It's a
dis-
simple
I
position.
disagree.
Ain't
I
no take over
completely
players.
disagree.
I disagree.
So who have you got in? For
I got
position?
Neto.
So you got Neto. So I have
Yep.
Sarin. Go.
And then centre backs would be Kilman and
Do you want Dawson?
I
So
don't- I don't-
I'm going Dawson and Zabani probably.
so I go
Zabani.
Kilman and Zabani,
Yeah.
and then fullbacks.
I'm going Semedo at right back, and I'm going who's their left back? I'm not
They
going.
got, well, they got Max Aaron's right back.
I'm
right?
not,
But
I'm not
going
taking
going Semedo.
Aaron's or Adam Smith. So I'll take,
midfield.
who you going there midfield? I'd probably take Ryan Christie from Bournemouth. I'd probably take João Gomez from Wolves.
So
and
I'd
take
personally
Matheus
start
Cunha.
Philip Billing, but he doesn't even
Doesn't
start.
play.
anymore.
So
Alright.
I'm taking João Gomez
I
and Ryan Christie, and I'm taking Cunha at the 10. I'm taking Solanke up front. I'm taking Neto, and I'm taking Huang. And that's what 6-5 or 7-4. So I still got the better players. You've got an Atletico Madrid player in there. In that team, that Wolves team. The Wolves team's better than Bournemouth's
Yeah,
team.
but bro, Bournemouth have Solanke.
Yeah, but, and
One-
even if they're better, they're 4
No, no,
places
but
higher as
Brett,
well.
What do you mean? Like it's one player, but it's like the equivalent of Tony at Brentford. Like
Yeah,
it
but
really is that now. Like
Bo-
Solanke is
Yeah.
that much clear of everyone in Wolves' team.
And that's what. Oh, Wolves, yeah, sorry, yeah. And that's why he's made the output. That's why he's scoring the goals.
So
but
what I'm
Wolves have
saying
still
is,
got
like,
Wolves
even
have
if
got
it-
their own version of Solanke and Matheus Cunha in their team, who's head and shoulders above the rest of that team.
Oh, I don't agree. I don't agree.
He's a
with that
£60 million player that played for Atletico Madrid 2 seasons ago, and you're not putting a head. And you just said Huang and Neto. I still think he's head and shoulders
Yeah, but
above that team.
like you say that. Okay, Wolves. Let's say I agree with you. Theoretically, Wolves have a better squad than Bournemouth. They have 10 more points still than Bournemouth. So still, it would even if they have a little bit of a better squad, it is still a semi.
I still think Uriel's done a better job
They're not a
than what
10
Gary
point
Neal
better
could
team.
do with that team.
Even you saying they're a better team, Wolves. They're not a 10-point better team. You have to agree with that.
No, but I'm saying Gary O'Neill could not do what Uriola's done with his Bournemouth team.
I just think it's hard to say.
Yeah, that's very hard to say.
I think that'd just be
I can see what you're
around the
saying,
place.
but-
I just think that, again, it's one of these things. If you want to talk about the ball play and the game style of big clubs, I agree. Because you're going to go, but a team like Bournemouth and Wolves and the West Hams and those type of teams, it's really just about getting as many points
Yeah,
as
because
you
Bournemouth
can.
are never going to play
They're
their
never
way.
going to play like they're never going to become an Aston Villa.
Yeah, they don't- yeah.
They never have the backing, and
Yeah, I agree,
they're
I
not
agree.
a big club like Aston Villa and like Newcastle. That unless they do some retarded takeover, basically, but they're not
They've
a
got
big.
America. They got American money
Yeah,
now. They got
but they're
American
not.
money.
They're not a
already.
big club like that. That's going to happen. So it kind of becomes irrelevant. Their game plan, because you look at.
But can you see this Wolves thing working every single year? Like West Ham's go 1 year like this.
Well,
So
we just
you'd
said that
rather
we said that Wolves finished higher last year.
yeah. But that was under Gary O'Neill. I'm saying it's because this
I
Gary
know,
O'Neill system.
but
I can
like-
see it doing what a Moyes does. It's one good, one
I
bad. One
wouldn't say
good, one
Gary O'Neill
bad.
plays
Well, I
the
can
most
see it doing that, but all I can
unattractive
say is
football
that if we're basing it under the current management, Gary O'Neill took a terrible Bournemouth team to more than
Safety,
survival last
yeah.
year, more than survival, and now he took a Wolves team without without Mateus Nunes, without Ruben Neves. You know, they lost all their star power. They didn't have a striker, and you guys predicted them to finish
Exactly.
in relegation to eighth. That's like, I don't know. I just don't think you can sleep on that.
And they're not playing like terrible football. They're not
Time
playing
will
West
tell.
Ham.
Time will tell.
They're not
but
playing West Ham football either. They're still playing some decent football. Wolves.
They just play to their strengths. They play to
Yeah.
their strengths. They don't have a striker, so they have to play to their wingers, right?
Yeah. This City game though, this was a classic in terms of like champions just win games.
Yeah.
Right, like
Just get the job done.
Foden
Haaland
again.
subbed off. 75th.
Haaland's blanking a little bit.
Yeah.
Foden's now matched his best tally in the Premier League. I think in any season actually 16 goals. So as much as KDB's been missing and Haaland's
16
been
goals
missing,
and assists.
16 goals. I'm pretty sure this season.
Oh, in
Not
all
in the
comps,
Prem,
in
in
all
all
comps.
All comps, yeah. So not in Prem,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Nah, best season just
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
It's been a
I think it was
good
16 goals. 16, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good season for Foden, but yeah, City again, they're just like scraping through. But
Aren't
as
we
you
used to
did
this
say,
now?
that's what good teams
Who's better,
do.
Foden or Saka?
Saka.
Bro, because Saka's been
Saka's got
cooking it.
29 goals
Saka
and
scored
assists,
6
that's
goals.
all.
Bro, I know, he scored 6 goals in a game.
He's
goals
been
in
six
a row,
on the
sorry.
5 games, 4 games, 6 goals in 5 or 4 games. It's more.
Well, he scored
It's more
in the
goals
last,
than
he scored in
games.
the last 6 games.
But then he scored more
He's got-
goals
he's
than
got
games.
7 or 8 goals.
Yeah, yeah. It's some
Bro,
ridiculous stuff.
People sleep on Saka so hard. Like, his output is insane.
Yeah, it's
He has
ridiculous.
29 goals and assists.
Yeah.
His bad
In
game
all
will
comps,
get an
in all
assist.
comps, in all
Yeah,
comps.
but oh my God.
And last year he got 26, so he's already beaten last year's.
And everyone
off the
thought
rate.
last year was like incredible
I
as
know.
he is.
Bro, this guy. And he's actually like, they're not just pens and tap-ins now, man. See the goal he scored this on the
It
weekend?
was a good goal.
Dirty goal,
Let's
bro.
touch it at 4-1 at Arsenal.
Yeah, we
Great
got-
result. This was embarrassing for Newcastle. You guys just like
Oh, we
from
just
minute
scored.
1 to minute.
I
90.
got home from work at 3 and just firmed it.
Yeah, just sat
Four.
there.
I
Just sat
literally
there.
just firmed it and was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch this game.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I said, I was actually a little bit pessimistic about, you know, maybe been slapping up teams, but with the set pieces and stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go now.
Yeah.
Didn't last too long. Put him to the sword, mate.
10 minutes in, you already look like you're gonna score like 4 or 5. Felt like.
Yeah, and we're getting some depth now back, man. Like it's looking. Our bench was actually good in the weekend. We finally got Fabio Vieira back, mate. Oh my god,
got
so
him filled.
excited. I love.
I've got a
Fabio
question
Vieira.
for you. Would you rather Kiwi or Zinchenko? Because I'd rather Kiwi at fullback at the moment. You guys look so good defensively. Like, there's no mistakes being made in that back
Yeah,
four.
I think
I love Jacob Kiwi at the
depends
moment.
who we're versing.
So lower team.
Anyone with a good right winger, I'm not taking the piss. Anyone with like a decent right
Yeah.
winger
Yeah,
who has like proper threat, I'm going Kyrgios.
yeah. This guy's
Just
like
because
that-
Zinchenko
he's
is-
just like
Zinchenko genuinely lost half of that game against Liverpool.
he did because he was
Like,
he was
he just got skinned
stuffing
by
around
Salah.
with it. It was
Like, you know,
yeah.
And
Kiwi was not a bad. I feel like
he's
it was just-
he's a left-footed Ben White, right?
yeah, I
Like,
know,
don't get it
but
twisted.
Ben White's done a great job. Why
But
can't
Ben
Kiwi
White's
do the
good,
same
but
as
it's
he's
in
done?
the reason in the past the Ben White thing worked is because, like, you know,
You had
turn into a
Zinchenko.
3.
Yeah.
Whoever's at left kicks on.
Yeah.
I think I'm having to get Timber back.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I've been saying this since the game, the first game of the year. Get him back.
I mean, Jorginho's so good. Like,
He came in was good
our
as well,
bench is
yeah.
going to be insane.
See that thing about Jorginho, the Chelsea fan?
What thing?
It was like, oh, Jorginho I'm not the Chelsea fan, the Arsenal fan. It was like Jorginho at Chelsea and then Jorginho, and he was like semi-crying, but it was after he won the Champions League. Do you not see this going around?
No, I haven't seen this.
And then what about the
All I've seen
Jorginho
is
comment?
Jorginho's acting, bro.
Yeah, the acting.
Have you seen the acting?
With his girlfriend, he's like, with the ring.
Yeah, not acting. It's real life.
This TV series is
What is
hilarious.
it, Wags? Premier
Yeah,
League
the
Wags
James
or something?
Tarkowski thing's gonna be hilarious as well.
Yeah, the Wags is like,
Bro, I didn't watch this series.
He's like, oh, my finger's empty. And he's like, it's going to be empty for a
It's
long
gonna stay that way.
Yeah, it's going to stay that way. or
Yeah,
something.
stay that way.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
stay that way. Riyad Mahrez, the game's a game. That's the best line I've seen so far. Is about
Oh,
moving to Saudi
Is that what
Arabia.
it's from? Is that what
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Riyad Mahrez like the game's a game. You know.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yeah, she didn't want to go over.
Yeah, no, I've seen the clip, but I didn't know. I didn't realize that was from the Wags
Have
show.
you seen the James Tarkowski one?
No.
The lady's like, oh, everyone's very beautiful. He's like, not as beautiful as you. And he like said in the most British accent, like Sean Dyche football. He's like, not as beautiful as you, babe. It's
What
like,
about when Mahrez had a go at his missus because like she doesn't watch the games? Did you see that?
Oh,
she's in the box.
Yeah,
She's
he went
in
to
the box.
celebrate.
Game's a game, innit?
Game's a game, innit?
So good. So good, bro.
Oh, I
That's
can't wait. I
hilarious.
actually might watch Amazon Prime, eh? Load
Oh,
that up.
Amazon.
Amazon Prime. Get on that.
That's hilarious.
Oh. But yeah, sorry. We waffled.
That was my
But we,
that was my fault.
Yeah,
Jorginho's cooking
Jorginho,
on and off
Jorginho.
the pitch, mate. But nah, he actually has been cool.
He's been
bro.
good.
Yeah.
But Fabio Vieira's back, so he'll probably take that spot. straight
Well,
back.
I mean, Party's back in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that as well.
If he,
Decky playing.
if he makes it.
Decky playing the 8.
Bro.
Decky playing the 8.
bro,
That's going to
this
be crazy.
Oh my god, he gets another assist. He's on set pieces, bro.
Bro, he
It's
has the
insane.
best corners in the Premier
Yeah,
League. He's got the best
his
corners.
corners are mental.
West Ham.
They're,
he's
just like,
dominated.
they're like hell Brexit.
So
Loopy,
tall, though, you want him
loopy
in your
corners.
box.
Like, huh? Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Nah, but he has whip. Like, he get
Yeah,
like,
we lucky have bad tall players. Havertz, Saliba,
Yeah.
Gabriel, Kyrgios, Ben White.
Kiwi was massive as well. I didn't realize how big he was. That goal was handy for him as well. He'll flick on.
Havertz, oh, he
Kicked
scored a
on
nice
again.
one, but should have scored another.
It did- But like because he's
No, bro. He's put those flop
yeah, he's
things
got
like,
rid of it.
so to be like he's been
Chelsea fans will be crying. He's scoring
Havertz
goals,
has been cooking, bro.
hitting like these ones again. It's like it's all going crazy.
It's actually such a good time to be an Arsenal fan. It's the best time to be an Arsenal fan in my entire life.
Oh,
like, you know, since I've been watching, you know,
Yeah,
not since the
it's been grim for the last few
I
years.
mean, let's not talk about 03 or 4, you know, like since I've been, you know, conscious,
Like yeah, actually available to watch the games. Yeah,
like it's the best time,
Cooking.
100%. I mean, 2015, 16, Danny Welbeck.
the start was yeah.
I remember that also. Like Danny Welbeck flicking it on to beat Leicester. was a great time. Like, we thought we were going to win the league.
That last
But,
one.
like, that was such a terrible time in the Prem. Like, Leicester won the league, man. It was a great time in terms of that.
In terms of, like,
but the competition was
history.
so dead.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're slapping up teams. Mikel's at the wheel, mate. Oh, such a great time.
Yeah, man. Best form, you're right, best form I reckon you've been in general because you're scoring just goals.
It's got to be this is going to be the best Arsenal team in 20 years.
Yeah, in terms of like you're
I mean,
scoring 4 or
we were in
5.
the Champions League final 07. So yeah, 07.
But didn't that just get scarred by how much Barcelona just took the mick a bit? Like, was that final where you played?
That was the
Yeah.
final where we were like robbed.
Wasn't that on?
No, it was the final where like Iniesta scored and we were robbed, bro.
Was that robbed? No, was you robbed?
That wasn't the final. That was a semi that Iniesta robbed you.
Oh, I've lost the plot here.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that you,
Yeah, sorry, we were robbed in the semi. The
Yeah.
final.
I think you're not play off the park.
No,
You
we
just-
didn't,
you
I
weren't
think
the-
they lost 2-1.
I don't think you got played off the park.
I didn't
No,
think
it
you
was
were
a
in
close
that game.
game,
Were you in
I'm
that game?
putting back the memories from 20
I was
years
saying, I'm
old.
trying to
Yeah,
like-
he got
but-
red carded.
Let me check this. What is it? 07, isn't it?
Yeah.
07 Champions League
And
final.
then Thierry went to bloody Barca.
And he went, and then didn't win it at Barca. Champions League. That's gonna be the biggest. That's not talked about. He just went there and just didn't win. Oh no, that was Liverpool.
Jerry
so-
doesn't know to do anything in big games.
Oh, it might have been.
Oh,
no,
6.
No, it's 7, 8, or 6, 6, 7.
It's
No, it was 2-1. Yeah, you're right.
In
06.
what year?
06.
So it was 05, 06.
In Paris, that's right. It was in yeah.
Yeah, and
That was
there
like
a red
Ronaldinho's,
card?
but-
Red card?
Let me check the game. Why is the game coming up?
I'm certain.
Yeah, that's because when Rijkaard was the manager of Barca.
I'm
Yeah.
certain like we were robbed in that
That's
game.
a little.
Not robbed, but it was like we did not get played off the park.
Yeah, because that was like when Rijkaard...
What? You don't reckon that was the game Iniesta took his shirt off?
This just doesn't tell me what happened in the game. Can you find it?
Yeah. Anyway, keep
First
talking.
off, come on to us. But
Oh,
that's
no, I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking about the Iniesta and Chelsea.
You're talking about Chelsea.
Yeah.
He took his shirt off in that game.
Iniesta. The injury in the first with Iniesta. Iniesta, we have an injury. What? This is really testing me here. Next, Iniesta's going to pass through last and one touch.
Yeah, when they put the... When...
Campbell, 37 minutes. Yeah, because then when Eto'o scored that
No,
goal.
Lehmann got sent off. Jens Lehmann got sent. I knew he had a red card in that game. So we were down to 10. We went 1-0 up,
And yeah, Campbell
but
scored.
we're down to 10 men. Yeah, down to 10 men.
And they went bang bang.
And yeah, that's right.
That
And
Neto
I swear it was a BS red card. It was like I'm pretty sure it was a BS.
goal.
Red. Anyway,
Yeah. That's probably the best since we're talking like that.
literally,
That's
it's,
years.
it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the point. And we're finally coming good. And look, the squad's in great shape.
That's the thing.
Like,
I feel like if you go to win the league, I feel like this form continues, like the goal scoring numbers. I feel like if you're going to win,
can we win the double?
What do you got? Don't tell me you don't. Oh, you had it. You're saying Champions League.
Porto. Like we were 1-0 down, but like, come on.
Bro, Pepe had the smile on his face in the Champions League. He was
They
laughing.
scored
He
a
was loving it.
BS 94th minute goal.
Do you reckon like Arteta's going to get like the whiteboard out after the Porto manager's comments?
what were the
What
comments?
I didn't
Oh,
see this.
It was like,
I thought you were
it
gonna-
was like having a goal, like your game plan.
What game?
It was
plan?
like, oh yeah, they
Bro,
coming out.
Porto stank it up, bro. It wasn't us.
What?
Porto played the most stinky game ever.
No, but they're having a go and they're like, oh, you can have as much of the ball and
you
all
want.
this kind
The
of
Mourinho
stuff.
stuff. You had the
They
ball. I'll
bloody
take the win.
stank up the game, mate. They parked the bus and then scored from a long shot. Like,
What a finish. That was enough.
it was a good goal.
goal.
People thought Raya did bad there. I didn't think. I just thought it was a good,
Good
goal.
finish. It was,
Like,
it was 3
No,
bodies
I'm
as
just
well.
saying, I was wondering if we got the whiteboard out after his comments.
the whiteboard, or do you mean like the Ivan Toney thing?
Yeah, the Ivan Toney thing, yeah.
Was that the? I don't think it was a.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
put
yeah.
he pinpointed onto the whiteboard.
Nice kick around. What was it?
Who tagged?
Kick around with the lads.
Yeah, yeah.
Emoji. He's like whacking the board. It's the funniest thing. Kick around with the
And
boys.
then he wants to go to, now he's going to, might
Meant
go
to
to
go in
Arsenal.
Arsenal. What a,
Oh,
what a,
yeah.
what a first interview that one with
Well, that's it.
Big Mikel.
We
Yeah,
got,
but
we got more important things than
I
that.
think if you win the Premier League, you'll have to keep scoring these 3-4 goal games. I feel like that's the avenue. It's going to like roles reverse on itself. Because you know how your defense is winning you games?
Yeah, well,
It
we
still
we've
can.
conceded
It still
one
can.
Yeah,
goal.
because they did one goal.
No,
In like
but I mean,
5
like,
games.
but I mean, like the form's going to continue if you
Oh,
keep
yeah,
scoring
is
goals.
it,
Like,
yeah.
this is me Liverpool corner. I think the only way I can see you beating in Liverpool or City is you keep this form and just keep scoring goals. You keep battering teams 4-1.
Yeah,
4-1.
yeah.
If you start getting the 1-0s, I think eventually it's going to break apart.
It's hard though. I doubt they're going to go 12.
This
They're
is
gonna
me.
go 12
This is
games
me.
to score 4
No,
goals.
I'm
a
not
game.
saying
Bro,
that.
it's not
but
looking
it's
like
like-
we can't. I mean, we're creating so many
Yeah, that's the
chances.
thing.
Yeah, true.
When they struggled, they weren't scoring
I also
goals.
said to say, I was so big on the Havertz thing, like, bro. I
terms
back
of
us
second-
with Havertz, and
a
I was
second,
like,
yeah.
when it clicks, we're gonna. I said this so much this we're gonna batter teams
As a second
and
sort
we
of
battered
third guy.
teams, man. Like we are putting them away. So
Does Jesus and even get back in the side? I don't think he does.
I don't know what we do because it sounds like Partey like walks back in the team. And I think we are forgetting he was cooking
it was
last year.
Well, him and Jack had 8 games undefeated, wasn't it? They all 8 games they had together. They never lost. Yeah.
Like, so Partey, I think, does need to come back in the team. It's initially for Jorginho, but I don't know what happens with Jesus. Like,
I think Hayes just gets benched, brother. You know, good enough.
I just think now for us, it's like, you know, depending on who we're versing, you know, like if we're saying we need something more intricate, we either play Trossard or Jesus. It'll be Jesus, even though Trossard's been really, really good. But look, it's a great predicament to be in. Arteta's making all the good decisions at the moment, so, you know, have faith
Trust
that he
the boss.
does it in the I have so much faith in him, eh? Like,
Boss. Back the boss in. Back in, Mikel.
but yeah, good game, great results.
3 points, isn't it? No, 2 points down in the top 3.
Yeah.
That's
Mental,
nuts.
bro. 26 games in.
Nuts.
And
Please
there's
just
2
hang on.
points, no BS games in hand. Like, you know,
everyone's-
it's nothing. You know, every other year it's always someone's got like 10 games
points
in
in
hand.
hand,
So, you know, it's BS. But it's all to play for. It's in Liverpool's hands.
Everyone's in Europe. Oh, you guys aren't in the FA, but basically every team's in competitions. It's not like you can one team's just going for the league. Everyone's got other stuff on their play as well. So there's no BS
Everyone's
excuses
in
and
Europe.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Klopp's leaving as well. So just to add it, even
just
more,
more- there's
even
aura
more
stuff
to the
going
bloody pot.
Stir it up, mate. Stir it up. The final game was Wolves 1, Sheffield United 0. This was... I don't know about this game. Did you see anything of this game?
No.
Mate, nah.
Gotta be honest, though, Sheffield United were fighting with themselves rather than Wolves.
That must have been so boring. A Sunday standalone game.
I watched a
1-0.
3. I watched a 3-minute. That's when, you know, I only watched a 3-minute highlights.
And what was it? Like, you know, bloody...
No,
was
it
it
was-
like a long shot's gone rosette?
It was just
or-
all Sheffield United counterattacks, and that was about it. And Wolves had one chance and they scored it. So, classic Gary O'Neill football. I just
See,
keep
that's why
winning.
you don't understand how good Wolves are. You don't watch the full
Yeah,
game.
I don't appreciate Gary O'Neill's football. All right, winners and losers. Finish us off. Have you guys got it in the head, or should I go first?
You go first.
Go first. I'm going to contradict myself. I'm going to winner in Wolves being top 8 because that's the first time since they did it since 2022.
Bro, greatness respects greatness.
Yeah. You in the chat saying yeah, Gary O'Neill's your man.
I did say
you
it.
get it back the boy.
Flame emojis.
Yeah, he went nuts with the Gary O'Neill. So his first time since Nuno, I think, was there, and so they've been in the top 8. So that's pretty impressive. And then loser was, this is looks so bad. I went loser Bournemouth considering they couldn't get a point versus City.
Can we like clip the first bit?
run it
And
back?
then clip that into the second.
Yeah, because they should have got a point versus Man City. They were so close getting a point. If it now could head on target, that'd be 1-1 with City. So impressive performance, but not the result. That's why I got them as my
I'm gonna
loser.
go can I go my losers?
Yeah, go on.
you go.
United.
Yeah, I knew someone was going to say United, so I left.
It felt like it was sort of, you know, United making their push to top 4. They're going to
top
smoke
4
home
charges
with
on.
easy. But Villa end up battering Forest.
And United lose
And
to
United
Fulham.
lose at home to Fulham. So you could not have you could not have had a worse week for United.
Yeah.
So
And Liverpool
especially
won
when
the
like all your rivals are just doing so
cup. Liverpool
well.
won the cup. You guys are smashing
And
teams.
City.
City are doing well.
City. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a good time to be a United fan, eh?
Grim
They're my
Saints.
losers. What about you? Anything?
Losers, Bruno.
Damn, yeah, fair enough.
I have to be
Going in
consistent.
the
I
skipper.
want to be consistent.
I
Going
got
to
my
skipper.
winner. I got my winner.
Going in the
I want to
skipper.
be consistent throughout
Yeah, fair play.
the episode.
From minute 10 to minute.
And yeah, I just think that he's not copped enough. Like he cops it a bit from
He's
the-
borderline a
from
winner
fan.
then, mate. Winner getting
Yeah,
away,
but say,
getting
yeah,
away
yeah,
with murder. Nah, I know what you're saying, I know
Yeah,
what
so
you're saying.
he cops it from like other teams' fans, but that's more because of his attitude than his actual how he's playing.
Yeah, his
I would
milks
say.
and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
he's
the worst
milking and stuff. So, but and then my winners,
Glenn Parrott.
Aston Villa slash Douglas Luiz. Like Douglas
Yeah,
Luiz is really
cooking.
cementing. Everyone knows that like he's a player that can play at a big club, but like he's starting to become like that real world class type midfielder.
My winner's legit Glenn Parrott. I reckon this is the first time his name's
Ever
ever
been
been mentioned
mentioned ever.
in an all-time 11, let alone a bloody video, mate.
Yeah.
So
The
that's my
combined
winner.
Man United, Man
He's been-
City.
he
11.
has now been immortalised on the Players Zone channel.
Yeah.
Glenn Parrott, my
Imagine the
winner.
blokes
I must get a
alive.
photo. Like, you know
Glenn
what,
Parrott.
next
Can
week-
we actually
next
get-
week I'll get a little
Can you get a
frame.
Glenn
with
Parrott shirt?
should I buy a t-shirt customized?
Glenn Parrott, comment if you're alive.
But I
hits the
do not know if
YouTube
he's actually alive, genuinely.
Next week I'll get a frame with his face and we'll put it over
That'd
the
be
top of your
hilarious.
shoulder. We'll
Put
put
it-
it in that. We'll put it in that little cabinet there.
That'll be hilarious.
We'll get some. You get some mementos to
That'd
the
be
channel.
so
That'll be so good. Well, it was a shorter week this week. Less games. Thanks for joining us, guys. Obviously got the big games.
Band back together.
We might-
Try and get some momentum going.
Might do the Man City United watch along again.
All right.
If we get some
Time's up.
Sunday, like the 11 o'clock game, I think. A bit of the earlier one.
I can do that.
If all's
I can do
available.
I'll be down.
We might be here on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for this week, guys. Arsenal are charging, United are flopping. Classic content for the channel. We love that in the channel.
Well, we love it on the channel for
The
the United
world
fan.
is in order, mate.
Oh, well, the viewers love on the channel later because we can argue Marcus Rashford for 20 minutes again. It was in order, it's quite funny. Me and Nathan will be back on Thursday. Stay tuned for that. With that being said, guys, thanks for 400 subscribers as well. Appreciate it.
Nice.
We'll see you guys next week. 5 stars on Spotify. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. See you then. Peace out.